Hello, my name is Andy Greenwood, and today we are going to talk about design principles, and specifically about dominance, similarity, and rhythm. The term design principles refers to a series of beliefs or tenets about what kind of features make a composition attractive. Like many things that are inherently complex, they can be difficult to define. Additionally, there is no set group of design principles that are absolute. We will be referring to David Kadavi's book, Design for Hackers, Chapter 6, to discuss his definition of design. Many of them will seem to overlap. This is because the presence of one principle of design often results in the presence of another. This interconnectedness should be expected because beautiful design is all about dependent relationships. We will discuss each principle and show how it can be found in these two very different images. The first principle we will discuss is dominance. Dominance creates visual interest in a composition by drawing the viewer's eye to an important element in the composition. It can be handy when you are trying to establish a visual hierarchy of information. Also, having a dominant element keeps the composition interesting by making it clear what you should be focusing on first. Elements can be made dominant by being the darkest, the lightest, the largest, or by having lots of white space around them. The placement of the element can help it to be dominant as well. In this painting by Georges Seurat, the man and the woman on the right are the most dominant elements in the painting. After your eye is drawn to the couple in the Seurat painting, you are prompted to explore other parts of the composition. Your eye continually gets drawn back to the couple because of their dominance, and then back throughout the composition again. Here, the MailChimp logo is a self-contained element, but because the logo stands so strongly on its own, it makes a good design element for creating dominance in any composition it is used. Notice how the chimp's eyes draw your eyes to the headline. Next is the principle of similarity. Similarity in design means that various elements of a composition are similar to one another. It makes composition compelling because as your eye travels throughout that composition, it is constantly reminded of things that it has seen before within that same composition. The composition looks cohesive because the various elements within it echo one another. In the Seurat painting, similarity is used in many ways. Ladies' hats, umbrellas, the dog's tail, the man's hat all have an arc shape to them. Notice also that Seurat repeats his colors. Colors of the dresses, the man's shirt, and blouse all in the center are red. Green is another color he uses throughout the painting. This MailChimp logo is made up of a series of circles, which give him very rounded features, which lead to similarity in forms. These curved forms are also echoed throughout the rest of his feature. Notice how there is hardly any straight lines and how his hands and fingers are a series of smooth curves. Our final principle we are going to discuss today is that of rhythm. With similarity often comes rhythm. However, it is a bit more abstract. It is like similarity in that you are consistently reminded of things that you saw earlier as you view the composition. Rhythmic progression can make it seem like an object is in motion. The postures of all the people and the trees create a rhythm. Shadows in the foreground and midground have similar angles to the shoreline and of the lake and each other. There is rhythmic progression between the chimp's left arm, the chimp's left leg, and his trailing leg. The repetition of limbs creates a sense of rhythm that make the chimp look like it is in motion. This rhythm is intensified by the hair on the edge of the chimp's fur. The hair on his left arm is more coarse than his left foot. On the right knee there is hardly any texture to the hair. This is further punctuated by the hair-like lines that define his toes on the right foot of the chimp. When you think of design, it is usually in terms of colors, shapes, and white space. As you have heard here, there are numerous invisible concepts that contribute to beautiful design. Understanding design principles is absolutely critical to creating beautiful design. When someone says a person has an eye for design, these design principles are what they're talking about. Great designers know how to use design principles. Thank you for your time.